You know, all the cool stuff.
Hey, neither are we.
We are live. So I'm going to share this stuff. Maybe if it'll let me. ENOX Interview. Share.
Stuck in my head, just that part though.
You know, all the cool stuff.
Hey, neither are we.
Excuse me.
So I'm going to share this stuff. It'll let me.
He's a hell of a ventriloquist.
I know, man. It's
Man, trying to tag you guys in anything is
Miserable.
silly.
So it might be easier if you try at ENOX Band, because that's like our at tag, and usually that'll, if you get more specific with it, it'll help.
That worked.
So that works with any band. You can always go to their Facebook page and look up what like their at is in the HTML.
I know.
In the top.
That's what I usually do.
Such a bitch.
I'll go in and like throw that number in there or whatever, that
Mhm.
45-digit number.
The fucking underscore or like, yeah, there's random shit.
Yep. Alrighty. So that's shared on the page. But yeah, like I said, usually I've got a little girl. This is her week with her mom in the summertime. Her name's Zelda, if you're not familiar. I don't think you guys met Zelda last time. I think it was just me and maybe Zeke, the oldest.
I think
I don't remember.
I think you're right. A year.
But you guys know who I am. Everybody else knows who I am. I'm Dustin with Ghost Media Entertainment. I'm repping the Metal Street Scene shirt today. Shout out to Zach and his team. And who am I talking to? I don't ever remember who I'm ever talking to. Just kidding.
So
But-
based. What's up, you guys? We're ENOX. I'm Roy. I play bass.
John, I play guitar.
And we are ENOX. And I'm Roy. No, I'm just kidding.
The whole band. There's no vocalists anymore. They kicked no drums. Kicked out.
J-Cap can do drums. He's no Mario, but he's pretty good. He did fill in on drums on the Tala tour though, because Mario couldn't get off work because it was so last minute. So
Right. Yeah,
We're
we
a
need to talk
convertible
about that
band.
too. I don't know why this isn't popping up here.
I bet this thing's breaking.
But yeah, we definitely need to talk about that Tala tour because I kept an eye on that a little bit, but I don't know any details about it because my
It was
memory is
so
garbage.
good.
Yeah, honestly, it was.
Yeah.
pretty lit.
Yeah, we love them. They're so good.
Tag JCap. I'm only gonna tag JCap first because Roy's always first in everything.
Yeah, I was putting myself first in the band post. Fucking,
Mark.
you caught me. Ugh.
Oh, why didn't it work?
Actually, I don't even want to tag us. Fuck us. Come hang out with us. That's good enough.
Yeah, it works. I
Come
think so.
come kick it with us on stream,
Kick it. Let's chill, dogs.
dude. Let's
Go dogs.
relax and max and cool and all of these
Ugh.
things. Come
Relax,
kick it with us on the
Max.
stream.
We're just cooling and booling.
We're talking about Fallout tour stories. What are the other things you want to talk about? And whatever else, Dustin.
Well, we need to talk about stuff and things. You know that one thing, the whole reason we're doing this, did you already say that? Fallout. You said
Yeah, I did say that actually. I wasn't sure if you're making a joke. I was leaving the pause for you to like fill it in.
Inferno,
Yeah,
the Lava Song.
yeah. We did Mortar Shell. Yeah, I guess like we've started
Yes.
finally dropping music again. It took us a while, didn't it? Oh boy.
Mortar Shell was that short track, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But really, really heavy.
Yeah, as a teaser, so to speak.
Yeah. Michael's vocals just blow me out of the water every time I listen to him.
Dude, he's gnarly. So we actually just uploaded a one take of Mortar Shell, like a vocal playthrough on YouTube. And he did it all like recording it because he's really big on when we make content with him. He wants to do it one take.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a cheater, but whatever. But he does his stuff one take, and he did 2 different takes, and we listened to them both, and they both sounded really similar. And we're like, all right, whatever, we're gonna use this one. And we uploaded to YouTube, and we got a copyright strike because it sounds like the album too much.
Really?
He's too good. He's
Yeah.
too good to
Tell him to
he's
tone
too
it
good to
down.
monetize.
That's so, that is one of my biggest pet peeves that I see that, happen to bands is, that's your music. You wrote that music, you produced that music, and you're still getting copyright strikes
Well,
for it.
yeah, but we can get around it. It's just an automatic thing that happens from distribution. We just have to submit a whitelist request. So it's annoying, but the plus side is if other people use our music, they submit that whitelist request. We're like, nah, we're gonna keep the money. Thanks, so
Right.
It all evens out. It's just another administrative task to do with putting our music on the internet.
Right. Well, maybe I should just start making music so that I can get some money. What do you get? Like 5 cents?
You get like $20 for one stream. That's why we're able to do what we do. We're just balling out of control here.
Yeah, I don't get paid at all. So
yeah. No, I made like 3 cents on Facebook this month. That was sick. But on my personal accounts, that's a new thing. I just got approved. It's crazy. And now I'm just shit posting as I usually do, and we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, I ended up turning mine off. I have other reasons for that, but I wasn't making any money either. But I wasn't doing any videos or anything like that because I don't know what to post. I mean, if I'm posting about bands. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, I used to say that if I wasn't in a band, it's like I wouldn't even worry about Facebook. That's definitely not true anymore. I'm like way too deep. But
for sure,
it's like a lot of people. Like your experience with Facebook is what you make it, and whole evil corporation stuff, like that's a whole other discussion. But I always just try to fill my Facebook with like friends and people I meet on the road and people who like my band and want to engage with me on the internet, and then I just post things that amuse me and stuff about my band and my cat. And if they like it, they like it, and then we get along really well, and they get to know me through this this distant internet relationship. And then when we come through town, we meet up and everyone's like, yo, what's good? And we have friends everywhere. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I never expected, I'm a self brag a little bit. I don't get to very often, but like since I moved back to Michigan, that's where most of our following is. I mean, I'll say was because now it's a lot bigger, but I'll go to a show and just be in the background and I'll have like 20, 30 people come up to me and be like, what are you doing here? Like,
dude, that's fucking
so
sick.
awesome to meet you. I'm like, I have no idea who you are.
Let's go. Dude, I love that, but I feel so guilty every time that happens because I just am very forgetful and bad at names anyway.
Absolutely.
And I have to be like, it's like, dude, I remember you, like jog my memory on this, please. But I just feel like the biggest jerk. So sorry,
you do that,
world.
You do the point
What's up,
thing,
bro?
and they're like, "Oh,
hey,
my name's Dave." Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Dave. I knew exactly who you were. Thanks, Dave. What's your name again? I literally do that in interviews, though. We'll do an introduction. Everybody tell me their name. Like I know you guys because I've known you guys for a while, but we'll be doing an interview with a new band, and like they'll introduce themselves, and then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, I'll go to point somebody out, and I'll be like, you got to remind me of your name because I'm terrible.
I like to think that anyone who's been in music for even just a short period of time, enough to like, play, like maybe if they've been in a band for a year or two playing shows out, they're going to get to that stage where you just start forgetting everyone's name or like when you start traveling. It's just hard. And it's super not personal, I guess, like for better and for worse. I really try. You
have to be like super memorable to remember them. Like
I have to like
my brain.
I see, like it's not even that. It's just like random names will really stick for me and random names won't. I'm the same with like numbers. Like the first time I saw Michael's phone number, I was just like, this is the perfect phone number. I just remembered it forever. But like I don't always do that. It's just random. So like some people's names just stick out and I can really remember them. Like I'll like associate it with somebody I know. Like if I meet a Michael, that's a lock because we got 2 Michaels in the band.
Right.
Like that's the default.
I feel like we're just sitting here chatting and J-Cap's just looking there like he's just nodding his head, not saying anything.
Yeah, he agrees.
I don't talk that much.
That is not true. Respectfully. That is not true. Non-derogatory. Derogatory.
Well, your hair is a different color than I remember.
I know. I'm trying to get him to go back to blue because it matches his guitar.
Yeah. That's what I remember it being, as blue.
That's fair. I want us to just be the Power Rangers or the Powerpuff Girls or whatever we can be, whatever we want.
Well, if that's
Whatever.
the case, I'm Bubbles, so I am the Power.
Fuck! I want to be the Power Rangers. I take it back.
He gets to be the Yellow Ranger then, I guess.
Yeah, dude. Imagine 3 more of this.
Oh, trust me, I've been there. We've done this before.
Yeah. I think we actually held it together pretty well on the last one we did with you. I feel like we like stayed relatively on topic and on task. We really try. Sometimes.
Well, I was still fairly new at doing this, and I was trying to be all professional and uppity, you know, because I wanted to present that image. But now that I've got a little girl with me all the time, she runs around. We did an interview the other day, and she got put on my dinosaur blow up costume. Doing this to the
that's
camera.
Golden. That's prime content. You're making memories too. Like that's great. You have that forever on the internet.
Well, the thing is, people are like, I can't believe you let your daughter do that. And I'm like, listen,
like,
we're literally building. Yeah, absolutely. We're literally building a skill for her for the future. This is a skill.
Is. Yeah, absolutely. This it's like public relations.
I'm not gonna pretend I didn't see you grab a clown wig.
Well, that was gonna be what I was gonna say next. Like she puts on costumes. Like this is her favorite. Like she'll take my hat off and then put the on me, and then I'll usually try to put the hat on or something. The other one that she uses is this one. You guys ever watch Barney?
Like the dinosaur?
No, like Barney Stinson. I wish Mike was here.
I mean, I get it.
Okay. Just making sure. Sometimes life not having a laugh track.
Oh my God.
Baby Bop from Barney.
Dude, yeah.
She literally just went through the Halloween costumes.
That's so sick. When I was a kid, I hated Barney, and then something like a switch flipped, and I was like, all right, Barney's kind of tight. And I watched that shit every day before like kindergarten or something. And then I was like, all right, I hate Barney again.
Now I'm just grabbing random things. But she put this little Christmas calendar thing up on my desk. Like nice. She's so random. I've got a yellow bucket and a hairdryer standing next to me and a hammer as well.
Have you ever seen the Weird Al movie UHF?
I haven't.
Oh,
no.
He's trying to like revive he somehow becomes the manager of like a television station. He's trying to like make it pop off again, and he's just making a bunch of like off the fucking wall variety shit. I feel like this is the direction that your studio is heading, and I really approve. Just like a whole bunch of like random props everywhere. It's like
yeah, people always love our maybe this is the Autumn Lies Buried flag behind us.
Dude, that's right. I love those.
We need to get one from you guys. You guys need to send us something. We'll put it up on the wall.
I've been thinking about printing wall flags. I got to figure out what design we want. I kind of been thinking about printing some with Fallout on it, just because people have really that art's really been resonating with people. It got like 60 shares on Facebook, and it's just a picture. Yeah, it's a super cool design. We should probably talk about that while we're here. Actually, I wanted to mention there's somebody named Amanda Jade. She says, hi guys. And then she says, J-Cap, that blue was so pretty. Is it Amara Jade? It is Amara. I'm not my bifocals. You guys can't see my bifocals, but I wear bifocals. And she says she needs an ENOX flag as well. So yeah, hey, now you have to do it. There's two customers right there. Brittany, what design do you think we should print on the ENOX flag? What would you be into? you know, and she'll reply in chat and we'll get back to that later. But yeah, we've definitely been thinking about making some flags. Actually, I want to make one.
Wait, is that Brittany? Brittany?
Yes.
Brittany, why is your name Amara Jade?
That's her Pokemon Go name, and I think like her like screen name on stuff.
Listen. I talked to
I
this
want to
woman
call her
every
out, but I
single
bet that
day,
was
and
her
I
name
didn't
on
know this
AIM.
information.
Hey, it's better than mine.
I don't even remember what mine was. I think mine was like my dad's username because I was too young to like have my own. I don't know how you had one then, but and you're younger than me.
Yeah, I know.
What's up
It
with that?
lasted longer than you think. I think it lasted until like middle school.
You know what lasted longer than you would think for me was dial-up internet.
I was like around for Windows 95 or 98, like being in the house, and I just think about that sometimes. And I'm like,
Windows 98 in the house. I love that show.
I'm looking up what my name is right now.
I had a really like
Noel D88. That's my name on Pokemon Go.
genuine.
Oh man, we got to add each other.
Sorry, I did not mean to cut in. I'm just, out there.
Uh-huh.
I had a really genuine millennial experience with that because I have this like very vague memory of like sneaking to use like the computer. I wasn't even doing anything. I think I was trying to like, get on Netscape and do some shit. But my sister comes in and my sister's friend comes over and this kid is actually on shrooms and he's like probably like 13 at the time or something. And I'm just sitting there, maybe even younger, and I'm like looking back at it now and I'm like, looking back at it. Like, is this just how people hung out back then? They waited like 50 years for a page to open and like someone was just not okay in all times.
Dude, the way it worked is they would have like websites with Flash game or their Shockwave games before Flash.
Yes.
And then you would go and you would have 1.5 like kilobyte internet dial up, take 10 minutes to log on with the fucking awesome breakdown sound. And then and then you go to whatever shockwave.com and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to play this cutting edge, groundbreaking computer game. You go click it and you wait for like 45 minutes and it just doesn't load and it fails and you can never install Shockwave. It sucks.
And it ended up being like Snake or something.
Yeah, I never found out what it was. It was like some game where you were like a donkey and you were supposed to like climb up these like stairs or something. But I could never play any of the games. They'd never load. I could never install Shockwave because my internet was too slow. That is my internet experience until I was in like middle school.
Brittany, you got to stop talking. I can't read unless I get this close. Listen, I tell Brittany that I'm old all the time. Actually, she calls me old. I tell her I'm ugly. She tells me I'm not ugly. I'm like, bro, look, I look like an old shoe. I literally talk to this girl every day and she tells me I'm old every day. So she should know.
That's so rude, Brittany. Why would you do that?
She told me not to make this interview weird for her, and we're making it weird for her.
All right. Where's the chat? I'm trying to open up chat so like I can take the burden off of you of having to.
Well, yeah, it's in the video on YouTube.
Banger. All right, we're here. I see you, Brittany. Newgrounds. I was not really a big Newgrounds kid. I remember some Newgrounds though. I was a big albino Black Sheep fan once I got into middle school and could sneak off to the computer lab.
You're not that much older than me, but like you're so much older than me. Like,
yeah, these are
all
things
I
I
don't
don't
do
know
we
about.
have anything in common like this?
How old are you?
6.
I mean, in physical age, because
no,
I'm at least 8. And
no, I turned 32 in 2 days.
Okay, so how are you knowing these things? Happy birthday, by the way. How are you knowing these things? And I'm 35, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Extreme psychological damage via the internet.
That's probably true.
Childhood trauma.
I got a whole bag full of that.
All right. Yeah, I don't see any more chats. So, okay. Yeah,
She just called
Brittany
John a
said
child.
John.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, John. How old are you?
6 plus 20. 26.
Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, but me and John have like such similar experiences with like Periphery. Like we're both like super old heads on all of the original Gent things. Like,
Yeah.
We've never touched grass before.
yeah.
That's probably why, because I was always outside.
Yeah. Well, you were. What's the meme? I was studying.
I was studying the blade.
Yeah.
When you were practicing premarital sex, I was studying the blade.
That was us, but with periphery riffs.
Now we've mentioned Fallout like 40 times, but we haven't talked about it yet.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about it. What do you want to know?
Everything. What's it about? How long did it take?
All right, so I guess talk about how, because you wrote the majority of this, right?
So it took me like an hour and a half to write. I'm not kidding.
It would take me about a year to write a song. It took you an hour and a half. So kudos.
This song, fuck. I was about to make a joke. I was gonna be like, it's only an open note, but like honestly, it kind of is in a lot of ways, but it's not. There's a lot to it. It's a very complex song. Why did you write this in an hour? What inspired you?
I saw like Converge and Meshuggah, and I hadn't had like a computer for probably like months. I don't even know how long it was. My laptop died and I didn't have anything to work from, so I couldn't write music at all. And for those of you who don't know, like it's like a song a day for me a lot of the times, or sometimes like 3 complete ideas in a day.
Yeah.
But I saw like Converge and like Meshuggah, and I'm like, fuck it. I want to write something over the top. I don't know what I want to write though. So I like throw up YouTube and I'm like scrolling through and I see like, oh, Nick Nocturnal's reacting to like a Darko song. And he like pulls up the song and like 3 seconds in, he just goes, oh my God, they made a new noise. Like, dude, I've never heard this noise before. But like he said it with bags under his eyes.
We fucking love you, Nick. Oh my God.
I doubt he'll ever see this, but we can try to show it to him.
No, it's sick. No, it's like funny because it's so sick, and he honestly looks really cool with the way his eyes look. It's so sick. I'm not trying to dunk on him.
So what you're telling me is there's new noises that we're going to hear.
Yeah, Refused wrote it like 20 years ago though. No, but he was like, oh, this is a new noise. I've never heard this before. And I'm like sitting here like kicking myself in the dick because like I'm like, this shit's been in my demos for like 4 years. I'm like mad. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna make a new noise. So like we kind of did something like that on this song, and we've come up with a few more since.
Nice.
I don't really.
Let's see. So Brittany asked, "Is the new single? Is it a continuation of the last 2?" It is. Yeah. It definitely is, actually. So we haven't really announced anything about it yet. We're about to send the 4th song of 4 for this EP cycle that we're kind of on, EP release cycle. So should we drop the name? I guess. You know what? Hey Brittany, don't leak this.
It's actually ENOX New Vegas. It's the sequel to Fallout.
No, so the next song and the EP is going to be titled Paradise. So,
Nice.
And it's all just about the same stuff. You know, shit happens. We're not good at surviving as a species. We keep doing dumb stuff to ourselves.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, generic metalcore lyric. Jacob just told me that we should have called the last song "Alive" by POD. That's like "Alive" by POD.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They probably wouldn't be too stoked about that.
I just made a post today because I found this band called Buried Alive.
Oh yeah, Charles Caswell.
Yeah, they're awesome. But I was going through their music last night, and I was looking at the names of their songs. They've got one called like Go Pluck Yourself, Sipping on Mercury, Jucifer, Silence of the Yams.
Yeah, they have like a ton of really good fruit puns. It's just like,
yeah,
I love projects like that where you can just kind of have a somewhat absurd theme and you just follow it through and just keep beating it. Like, and to me, like, it gets funnier every time. Like me and JCap do this all the time. Like we'll be like, oh, we're starting a new side project, and we come up with ridiculous ideas for it, and it's just so much easier than ideas for ENOX, honestly, because it's like we don't have to like take it seriously. We can just kind of riff and joke on it, but then we're like, wait, this is actually hilarious and it amuses us and we want to do it. And we'll release some stuff from those things eventually.
Like tomorrow or next week.
I mean, probably this year, hopefully.
Hopefully this year from one of them.
That's awesome.
And one is actually, well, you know what? That project will release itself when the world is ready for it.
Well, that's never going to happen. The world is never going to be ready.
Hey, we have some songs recorded. Don't you dare. Or do we?
We have some songs that were sent to us from the future.
Oh man, I forgot how much fun you guys were. There's only 2 of you instead of 5, so
dude, thanks. And you were saying earlier, you're like, man, I feel like I was really formal last time, but I seem to remember that like right from the rip, we were all just joking around and having fun. We're like, we're not really good at being formal, and you're like, you know what? That's fine with me.
yeah. I don't. Once I do an interview, it kind of goes off to left field, and I don't remember any of it.
Me too, but it all comes like the same thing I was saying with like when I see people in venues, and even if I don't remember their name, like I will remember if we hung out or like chilled together, saw them at a show or whatever. I'll remember the experiences once I see them again.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm the same way. Like my wife will be like, "Don't you remember doing this, this, and this?" And I'm like, "No." And then she'll describe it. I'm like, "Oh yeah," and then I'll finish her sentence.
Yeah.
And my brain is terrible. Brittany, do you remember that one time we did that thing and the stuff in Fort Wayne? That was fun.
I think I'm going to just make my interview brand. Just gradually, I'm going to do more absurd shit on camera.
I feel like that's kind of our interview brand, and we didn't mean for it to happen, but we just constantly devolve. We're all bad influences on each other.
Well, I was going to say evolve. Like we kind of evolved into what we do today, and it's like, nah.
Oh yeah, so I guess about what? Oh, you're gonna do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So in my closet, I have that thing like what you have, the boxy thing. Yeah. Look in the middle of the boxy thing and pull out a box, and the clippers are in it. JCap is gonna go and fix his mustache right now. It's me and you, baby.
I was just gonna do it on stream. What do you mean?
Okay.
Shave your eyebrows.
No, you're gonna get hair all over my carpet. You got to do it on
a vacuum, right? You get a little dust buster.
I do. I mean, did you see that reel I posted the other day?
No.
Oh man, honestly, it's really funny. I don't really want to spoil it, but actually, there's 2 of them that I posted. My last 2 reels on my Instagram are both vacuum related. I love my vacuum, and I'm really bad at being an adult with it.
Same.
Yeah, you got to do that with hardwood. I'm sorry.
No, on the real though.
Just addicted.
Go get a towel so you can clean yourself up.
I was gonna just do it on myself.
So I usually cut people's hair in this house, or anyone who like is fine with their hair going down to like a 0 guard, whatever. I always try to learn how to
Shaving people's heads.
I always try to learn how to do a fade, and then I fuck it up, and then I'm like, all right, well, back to square one.
0.
We'll address this in a week or 2. But
that's how I do my kids' hair. Yeah.
I just do it in front of the mirror, and I just let it all fall on the floor, and I use my vacuum, and the vacuum is the best thing I've ever purchased for my house. Maybe I am old.
When you get excited over things like vacuums and dishwashers and other cleaning items, then you're kind of made it to that old status.
What about air fryers?
Absolutely. I have an air fryer. I used it like 3 times when we first got it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of dumb because it's not big enough. I have a huge family.
Mm-hmm.
But since my wife started working, and then my older son works, and the other kids have been going to their moms in the summer every other week. And then, so it's just me and my 14-year-old, and we've been using the shit out of that thing. I made chicken legs in it the other day.
Dude, everything in air fryers are great. You can make a ridiculous amount of things in an air fryer. I don't know. I don't know if you like have seen on our social media, but a few tours ago we started carrying an air fryer with us on the road.
Oh, really?
And it's part of like our, it's one of our mini memes, like, just running jokes, I guess you would call it. It's the original way to say memes. Back in the days of dial-up internet. But we memed our way into another air fryer. One of our friends gave us their spare fryer.
Just ran into the wall.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, the two brain cells that I was referencing earlier are intertwining.
Speaking of Brittany and doing random things in Fort Wayne, Indiana, I have this.
Man, I'm hungry now.
It's a pizza box. So where's
that from? That looks really familiar.
Somewhere in Fort Wayne. I have no idea. It's a generic pizza box. So we were at a sleeping with
That's all, folks.
There's the rest of my brain cells. Sleeping with Sirens show, and Dayseeker was there, and so we're standing out back by the buses. Yeah, we're standing out back by the buses waiting to meet Kellen, and everybody's just chilling or whatever. Rory Rodriguez comes out with his pizza, and he's like, "Here you go." He's like, "Who wants this pizza? It's non-vegan," and he just hands it to me. So we end up smashing the pizza, most of the pizza in line. And then when we went to go talk to Rory, I'm like, "Here, sign this box." He's like, "Don't you have something better for me to sign?" I'm like, "This was literally your pizza."
Yeah,
Like,
that's such a good story.
Like, you need to sign that box. He's like, "I'm so sorry. You don't have something better. I don't have anything I can give you." I'm like, "You gave me your pizza."
Yeah,
sign the box.
Your box, bro.
And I got to eat pizza for free. Like,
yeah, it was seriously like the best pizza I've ever had in my life. Not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I recognize that box of the pizza. Like, I don't know. I've toured a lot and I've had a lot of like foods in random places. Every time we're traveling, we'll stop
I have
at
no
random
idea
gas
where it's
stations, and I'll just be like, "I know this gas station."
Yeah, it's crazy. We were like driving home from it was
in Virginia.
No, I know that, but what tour was it that we finished and it was just us?
What tour was that?
Maybe the Florida run?
No, because we were driving from the north.
Oh.
Just took people out of the bus.
So we were driving from Virginia. We just finished up an exclusively Florida tour.
Yeah, sorry. I've been fixing my diet, so I've been eating a lot more vegetables lately. So
I thought you were fixing your mustache.
That too.
Your mustache.
What tour did we do that was in the north?
Oh, was it like the 5 days? Oh yeah, because it ended in Baltimore. It was the 5-day like holiday run, I think.
Yeah. So we did a little holiday run. That's why it was just us, because we left everyone else in Jersey because they have like families and stuff. But me and J-Cap, I'm the only family he got. You know, it's my son. Reverse shout out to his other dad.
Reverse.
No, I'm the real dad. No, I'm just kidding. His dad's awesome. But yeah, me and J-Cap were just what story we're gonna tell? We're gonna talk about like the tiger that we hardstyled in front of.
Say what?
I don't know. I think there's like a thing that touring musicians have about gas stations. Like, we just have an affinity for them. They're kind of like our home away from home. They're our sanctuaries, our safe spaces. So we go there and we remember them and do silly things there. And then it's very notable because it's like on tour you have the van interior and then you have gas stations. Yeah, so that's like the variation except for venues.
So what you're saying is, when there's a band coming through town, we need to just circulate through all the gas stations just to try to meet them.
Honestly, yeah. Actually, one time, me and Mikey, we were driving to Florida for work, and we went to Buc-ee's on the way, and do you know the band Archers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm friends with Ben, and I was just driving. I saw a van, and I was like, "There's a band. I wonder who it is." And I saw Ben on the side of it. I was like, "You fucking kidding?" So we just pull up. I was like, "What's up, dude?" Because I couldn't see their show in Atlanta the night before because I had to drive to Florida for work in the morning. Right. But I still got to see him just totally randomly. We also met a monkey at the same Buc-ee's later. I'm sorry. Here, actually, hold on. No one heard that. Say it.
I was gonna say it's not even the weirdest thing we've seen at a gas station or on tour.
What was the weirdest thing we've seen at a gas station on tour?
A monkey.
Holy fuck.
I was actually going to talk about that one bandwagon we saw when we were in like the tornado zone in Cincinnati.
Oh, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
too.
So we saw this bandwagon. We're all just kind of like chilling, waiting for what we're going to do. And we're like, oh, let's kind of just go find out. So Roy goes up to them and talks to the driver, like asks who it is. It's like the solo artist, which doesn't even really matter, to be honest. And it would if I remembered her name. I feel so bad, but she's cracked. She's got like 4 million fucking monthly, and she's like what, like 19 or some
I know what
shit.
you're talking about now.
The career, like one of those like career popped off, and it's like
Yeah.
singer songwriter music. It was really cool because we are like, who is this? Got to check it out. But the crazy part was, talks to the driver. It's like, oh yeah, we're in a band too, in a band called ENOX. And this dude dead ass looks at Roy and goes, didn't y'all used to be a Nokian?
Yeah.
How do we deal with that?
I was freaking out, dude. I like ran over to the van after conversation. Was like, you guys got to come over here right the fuck now.
I'm waiting for the day someone recognizes you again from Lowwater and not from ENOX.
Yo, so I used to play in a band called Lowwater. That was like the majority of my touring experience before ENOX. Like I toured with that band for a decade. We'd open for like Flyleaf, Theory of a Dead Man, a bunch of random stuff. Fuck, what was I? Where are we going with this?
Monkey at a gas station.
Oh my God, we've gone so many places with this conversation. I was totally blanked.
Lowwater, recognizing you.
Oh, okay. So I was doing merch for my friend's band Dead Eyes on tour. And I was in St. Pete, and so they're opening for I Prevail, and I was doing merch for them. This lady walks by because Lowwater had played there, and she's wearing a Lowwater shirt. And I was like, yo, I love your shirt. She was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, that's my band. I was in that band. She was like, and she just like got a weird look on her face, just walked away. I was like, what's going on?
Probably got it at Goodwill.
Yeah, just like, fuck out of here, dude.
Who the hell's Lowwater? I got this at Goodwill.
That was my favorite experience of like seeing somebody wearing a band shirt of mine.
I remember the story and just I love that. Oh my goodness.
I wish I was famous as you one day.
Me too. I want to like be as famous as people think I am.
If you got to work real hard for these 5 cents a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be an e-girl playing my pretty pink dingwall on my bed for YouTube all day.
And then sell your bathwater. That'll work.
Yo, hear me out.
Hey.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I'm so sorry.
You got excited. Now you have to think about it. We're gonna put you on the spot.
It'll come back. Man,
Maybe.
I can't believe I remembered the Lowwater story. You really, thank you for giving me the assist on that one. You know, I feel like I hate to, be the guy to get us on topic, but I feel like we haven't really talked about Fallout too much.
We haven't. But I did want to say, if I ever met you guys in the gas station, I would 100% would not recognize you. That's how terrible my memory is.
You would recognize.
It doesn't matter who it is.
You would recognize Michael. You'd see the hair.
We're really.
Yeah, I mean, I would. But
Like,
still, I would look at him and be like, that guy looks familiar, and then walk the other way. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am.
It's like whenever we don't know where he is, we just like scan the crowd for his hair and we see it. We're like, there. It's great. It's always him.
So yeah, you wanted to talk about Fallout. So
yeah. So
what else did you want to say that it's
so
July
on this
15th?
EP cycle that we're doing right now, I don't know if anyone had noticed, but it's pretty heavy. And is it fair to say Fallout is the heaviest song that we have ever released?
I guess it's like between Fallout and Inferno because they're two very different types.
I don't think people thought Inferno was that heavy.
It's like crazy. It's honestly, it's just because I think it's accessible, so you kind of forget that it's heavy.
Yeah, because that one's in double drop A. Like that tuning is egregious. It's just like there's no cause for it. It feels so heavy, but I think people just heard it as like a more radio song. Did you hear what he said?
It gets lower.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it gets lower. Technically, the lowest tuning is on Mortar Shell for guitar.
What is it?
It's double drop C sharp, which is like our tuning, but like pitch shifted down an octave, partially.
We also, in the next single we have after Fallout, there's two sections where I'm playing C sharp 0 on bass, which is
Yeah, you
really,
posted about that, and everybody's
yeah,
like, "That's not real."
it sounds so good too. Like there's no reason for it to be as clear as it is. Like what is how much lower is that? How much? Oh yeah, we
double track bass and it's like sub octave bass. Like this is pointless. This is dead ass. Two wrongs make a right.
but it sounds like me and Mike we finished tracking bass for the session, and it's in like regular C sharp. Like it's a like normally I play bass in regular C sharp when they go low, like for stacker, convulsions, blame shift. But we were joking around and we're like, what if for the breakdown we went big C sharp? And we've never done anything, like we've never gone lower than F. And we're just joking. We're like, you know what, we'll try it. It's probably not going to sound good, whatever. And we did it, and then we like A beat it. We muted it, and it just everything sounded so empty and tiny without it. We're all right, we're doing this.
Yeah, go
We're
back.
breaking the rules.
I don't think there are any rules. This
We
is your
certainly
game. You
don't
play
know
it how
them.
you want.
Yeah, we are bad at acknowledging rule structures, each of us, for undisclosed reasons.
Brittany keeps talking. What is she saying?
Oh, shut up.
Professional Roy.
Listen, Brittany, when are you getting Roy to sign your arm?
I feel like you've done
Did you
that.
say Rory or Roy?
I said Roy. I might have said Rory, but I meant
think
Roy.
I think
you did.
I mean, she certainly had the opportunity.
I mean, she's got her arm tattooed with a bunch of people.
You don't got to get my signature tattooed. That's
No, you do, but it has to be his old signature because it's him just writing Roy in all caps, and it looks like shit.
and I have like a triangle in the middle of it with like a fucking like the Illuminati eye that's on the fucking dollar sign. Like, I'm so smart and funny. Good looking.
And good looking. Man, I want to be good looking. She said, "Should friends sign my arm?" Excuse me, ma'am, but Roy is famous.
Brittany's my friend. We be trading Pokemon on Pokemon Go. That's
But you're still famous, so you got to have famous people on your arm. I mean, everybody else on her arm is famous.
I think I have to work a little harder before I can allow her to make such a bad decision as her tattooing my signature on her. But I really do support those types of bad decisions. Not usually for names though, but tattoos in general. People should get tattoos, but get good tattoos.
I want a neck tattoo.
That would be hard, dude.
I think it would kind of fill out my looks because I'm ugly. So people are gonna look at my neck before they look at my face.
Shut up right now.
What you gotta do is you just gotta get Fortnite right across the neck.
Yeah, what?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite.
And then around the back,
want
Battle Royale.
No. Just get Fortnite on the knuckles because it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can't. Never mind. Fortnite. Dude, you'd go so viral.
You gotta get it in Old English too. So like actually
In Old English.
people read it and then they're like,
Yeah. Dude, what the hell does that say? This is Fortnite. Leave me alone.
Man, how do people decide what they want to get tatted on their knuckles? I feel like it's so
scary.
it's such a, you're saying like you really got to either really consider it a lot or just give it zero thought.
I'm really
whatsoever.
thinking about Fortnite.
Man, I don't even
Shit
want it,
post, bro. Shit,
bruh. Dude.
I might
So
actually- wow.
we've been listening to a rapper who we absolutely love. He's maybe not for everyone. His name is RXK Nephew, and he dropped 400 songs last year. And producers
Dang.
pay him to rap on their beats. He's changing the game. But this does not necessarily reflect my own views on labels, but I just thought it was the hardest bar of all time. It just said, hang up on a label like suck dick. And I was like, dude, I just want suck dick on my fucking knuckles.
That'll be a good one for the neck.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that was out of frame. Oh, it almost just cost Roy like $7,000.
I mean, Brittany, I have other friends who have things related to ENOX tattooed on them. So I don't think it's weird if like that's the theme that you want to go for your arm, but I am not going to pressure you into getting my fucking signature tattooed on you. That's got to be
All
a
right.
personal mistake.
All right, scratch
for you to make.
the signature idea. Just get a tattoo of his face on your arm.
You know
and
what
then
the
when
thing?
people are like, "Who is that?" You just tell them it's Jesus, and they'll believe you.
The for real answer though is like you should get an Omega, because that like we've had, I think what, one or two other people have gotten Omegas, and we have some other people who have told us they want to get them. Colby wants to get one.
That's
And one of Mikey's friends got one. Yeah, so it's like, and we're, you know, some of us have them. Me and Mikey have it. We're gonna get everyone else hooked up with them eventually. Except Michael's not gonna start his tattoo journey, if he does, for a while. He's the only pure member of the band. He's going to heaven.
Yeah, because
straight
when we were
edge.
practicing premarital sex, he was studying the blade.
Is there
Brittany-
like any compressor or like effects that's called like the blade? He's just studying the boss katana.
Brittany, you can get my name tattooed on your arm if you want. I'll sign my name there. That's just a D with a bunch of squiggles. You could probably do it yourself, make it look just like mine.
I signed for JCap on merch a lot when he's not or when he didn't live here. I just kind of like, I look at your signature and then I try to like do like the J with my little squiggly things, and I do some Italian things for the Caparelli. I just draw some little like pastas in there and swirl around. Yeah.
Is there anything else music related we need to cover? I feel like we had a list, but we only covered one.
You want to talk about Mortar Shell and Inferno?
Yeah, so I mean, you kind of covered the progression that you guys are kind of going for. What sparked that idea?
So kind of, we didn't really necessarily plan it out for everything to thematically go together. It's just, I think it just was a natural progression. And once the pieces started falling into place for our writing themes, like we decided Mortar Shell was going to be the lead single regardless before we had even had anything else, because like I feel like there's very few times in your career where you can release a 1.5-minute song. But you know, after not dropping music for a year after your first album, it seems like the best time to be like, hey, we're here, we're still here, pay attention a little bit, please. But like if we had dropped like 4 songs and then a 1.5-minute song, I think people would be pissed. They'd be like, oh, you gave us nothing this, all right, whatever, fuck you. So we wanted to do that because it's just, you know, egregiously heavy, shocking, and it's, you know, the time in life in the world when heavy music can be more accessible. So
Right.
we wanted to tap in and do something that we enjoy that also has potential to do well. And Mortar Shell has been doing crazy well for us.
Oh,
actually.
it's so good. I think I have it. I don't know if I added it to the July playlist or not, but I think I did add it to the June. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for the support, man. We appreciate it.
But what I was gonna say is it kind of falls in line though, because you have Inferno, and that really kind of starts everything off. And then if you're looking at it like a war, Mortar Shell being a short song, the whole idea behind that is, you know, when you drop a bomb or you go into combat, typically, you know, it's going to be a short period, and then you're going to deal with the rest. So does that mean Fallout and Paradise are going to be like 8-minute song? Like Fallout's going to be a 5-minute song, then Paradise can be like a 10-minute song?
No, we kind of like
March.
We kind of like to stick to not going too long with our songs. We're all big fans of pop music and accessible music. And I think something like one of the common themes in our music is we like to make really heavy stuff, but try to put it in like the writing structure of more accessible music. So it's got a little something for everyone.
Right.
Maybe.
I was kind of joking, but
sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
But I will say that Fallout is kind of like the mirror perspective from Mortar Shell. And I can't for the life of me remember why exactly, because Michael was explaining it the other day, and he's a little more in tune with the lyrics that he, for the most part, wrote.
I feel like Michael is super technical. when
He
when
is
it comes to everything.
he is so technical, dude. He you know, he did our live rig in ear, like setup, mix everything. He produces bands out here. Mortar Shell. Actually, this entire EP cycle, one of the things that we're doing is we're self-producing. So we're recording it
Yeah.
all in our basement. Just get to do whatever we want. There's no budgetary limit on our like creativity. It's just we can work on stuff whenever. And we have a loose schedule that started after Mortar Shell dropped, and we've been doing like I wish we'd done a little better, but you know you have to work within your means. But we've been doing a good job of being consistent with music with this this cycle, and it's been really nice. Yeah, Michael is so technical. He kills it. And any bands who are listening, or if you know any bands who are looking for a producer, he is so good at everything. He doesn't play guitar, but I can talk to him like a guitarist when we're tracking. It's
Right.
crazy. And he will level up your sound, and he's cheaper than whoever is like sounds as good as him.
Right. I feel like he's the dad of the group, or like the oddball, because you guys are all
I'm the
goofy and
dad.
weird, and Michael's like the focused one, if that makes sense.
He and I are like, I don't know. It's like him and I are like the no like offense to anyone else. Everyone like pulls their weight dramatically in this band. I love everyone, but I think he and I are like the two halves of the business coin of this band, at least for right now. It's not to say that we don't want other people's input, but for the most part, most of like the leadership is done between us and our manager.
I mean, there's always got to be leadership roles, regardless of who steps up and takes those roles. You know, with my crew, I mean, I am the leader because it's my business, but at the same time, I'll always go to them and be like, what do you think? Like they have such creative ideas. Like I made a post today. We're doing a little competition. So you actually need to hop on that, because this will be good for Fallout. This will be perfect for Fallout, actually. So, but you have to be funny like you always are. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing this little competition where the competition, my brain stopped working.
All right. We have to be funny on demand.
Okay, so basically what it is I made a post by 5:00 tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. You need to create a dad joke. Okay. And whoever gets the most amount of reactions for that dad joke in the post gets full access to Ghost Media Entertainment, posting pictures, videos, anything you want to do, for 24 hours.
Shit. No. I already have a video. Hold on. I gotta find it.
But you've gotta go do your dad joke, and you've got to get people into the page to react to your joke and blow it up so that.
I'm about to go post this right now. Let me listen to this.
Brittany, I think he recorded me and he's gonna make fun of me.
All right, this one's fucking good. Let me put this in my favorites. I'm gonna go post this one. Yeah, this is top notch. Hold on.
He was like, dad jokes, I got you.
Oh,
Brittany says that you got all the dad jokes.
No, so this is actually Michael, but recently, like the past week, every morning, if I'm up early enough, because my schedule has just turned nocturnal. If I'm up early enough, he'll like walk into my room as I'm like waking up and petting my cat on my chest, and he'll just like pull up the best dad joke that he's found in the last 24 hours and just say it to me deadpan.
Yeah, that reminds me, what is it? Is it Eric from I Prevail? He goes up to the drummer all the time and just gives random
oh my god,
facts.
I love that so much.
I do too.
So funny. Did you see our breakdown call out video that JCap did?
I'm gonna honestly have to look. To be honest with you, minus the music that you produce and the memes that you put out once in a while, like my feed and everything that I do is just full of everybody all the time, and I have to like pick and choose, and so I don't see everything that gets posted.
No, I feel you. It's hard. It's hard for me to keep up with stuff too. But we do be shit posted on the mains a little bit.
Is it on your personals?
No.
Or on the band page?
It's on the band page.
Okay, I'll have to hop on the band page more.
That one's I'll like
I see it
after
personal
this
a lot.
after this stream, I can send you some links because it's like I know it's annoying to dig around in Facebook pages,
Yeah.
especially like the videos are so tucked away, and it only got like 2,000 views. But the concept of the video is like when we were doing this tour, every night JCap would scream a different breakdown call out, and it was just funny as fuck.
What started that again?
So
I used to do the Mac.
So for a long time, he would yell out, "Somebody do something." It's like a Mac Miller reference. Rest in
Yeah.
peace. And but then it just started. In practice, we'll always try to do stuff to make each other laugh. So like I think the goal was to like try to fuck Michael up so that he was laughing too hard to do the scream that he's doing immediately after the call out that JCap does.
You got blooper reel.
So JCap just started changing it up every single night, and it was always like one of I think probably everybody's favorite parts of the set just to see what happened. Dude, this video is not fucking posting. I'm gonna airdrop it to my I'm gonna airdrop to my computer and post it. We gotta win. Oh no, it posted. I'm gonna like it from my own account because I don't give a fuck.
Let me watch.
Okay, all right.
Why are you
Cheating
not
time.
making noise?
Cheater mode engage. Target acquired.
Did you hear about the whore with the really bad gas?
No. She was prostituting.
I love it. He had a better one, but I didn't catch it on video. And I just, there's something special about video format for me. Like I think we're a lot funnier in person or like when the moment is captured.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me look here. The top one right now has 12 reactions. Where'd it go?
I'm gonna go tag all my ENOX in because
do it. Top one right now is from Absentia, New York. We once wrote a song about a tortilla, but it was more of a rap. It's got 12 reactions on it.
that one makes me go, which is the mark of a good dad joke.
Yeah. There's a few good ones in there. But yeah, that honestly, that would be perfect for you guys if you got the most reactions because your release is coming out July 15th.
14th, actually.
July 14th.
Yeah,
I
next
put it
Friday.
wrong in post. I gotta go fix that. I thought you said the 15th.
My bad.
Yeah, but I talked to you about it like never. I looked it up somewhere. I don't know. Maybe Brittany told it to me and I got it wrong.
It was I have to say that it
was
was definitely Brittany. She told me herself in a DM just right then that
she
made the mistake.
Yeah.
So
has to be Brittany.
We appreciate your honesty, Brittany. You're a real one.
Honestly, Brittany's one of our best friends. Like we talk to Brittany every single day. We talk about life problems. We talk about music. Like we've got group chats going on. Like she's a good girl. We love Brittany.
She carries the same chaotic energy on social media that I do. So, I see you, Brittany.
And she's just like that in real life. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
People come up to me all the time. They're like, you're exactly the same online than you are in person. And that makes you a genuine human being. And I think that is part of the reason why we are attracted to her so much, because she is just a genuine goofball, just like the rest of us, just like you guys. You're genuine goofballs. I think this whole goofball mentality is what really keeps us.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And I find like the bands that we connect with the best are the ones that carry that similar energy. And I think it's one of the things that kind of attracts us to this lifestyle is we just want to like do the thing that we love with people that we love and like make a lot of friends who, we share similar interests with and share similar humor with.
Yeah. Yeah. See, my past life, my goofy personality had to be kind of pushed down because my exes, they hated my personality. Why they were with me, I have no idea, but like when I got with my wife and I just started
dude, what are you talking about?
As soon as I got with my wife and she radiates the same energy. I'm like, hell yeah. Cause this is me. This is how I am. Like, don't limit me. This is my goofiness.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you know,
And that's kind of something that we try to bring to our social media, and really just like our own and the band, as we just try to do things that we enjoy that resonate with us, and we think that, you know, that's going to foster a connection with people who are like, if they genuinely like the things we genuinely like, we'll probably get along pretty well.
right.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I found that out too. You know, what, like I said, when I first started, I was trying to be professional and make sure I wasn't being too goofy or weird. And then I started talking to people like Wayne Ortiz from Of the Fallen.
I love
And I'm
Wayne.
like, look at this guy. I'm gonna let my personality show a little bit. And then it just kind of progressed. And as time went on, it's just like, I guess I don't care. I'm gonna be myself, and people love it. You know, what are you doing?
I'm painting John's nails. I was gonna paint my nails, but then he tasked me to do this. But shout out Wayne for real though. He came to the last ENOX show that we played with dude, yeah. It's Wayne's world. We're just living in it. All right, we're gonna do the guitar pick thing after this.
Suck at this. Never mind.
Hey, you asked for this. But yeah, Wayne came out to the show. It was us, Notions, and Weeping Wound.
Yeah.
And it was he came out to Scout Bar and we hung out a ton, and he's a super good dude. And he does a lot of great work for his band. Like
Yes.
he's one of the people, like I feel like he I see him on the internet promoting his band in a really like relatable way. I see Tom from Patient doing the same thing. He does it like to the like fucking millionth degree. He kills it.
Yeah. I wish
yeah,
I had his personality, to be honest. Cause
yeah, I don't understand how he just keeps like delivering.
Where does he come up with his content? Like, it just pops in his head. Like, that's how I come up with mine. It just pops in my head, so I post it. Like, but
me and him need to work. We've been talking about collabing on content for the longest time, but we really just need to like get in a call and bullshit and make jokes, because that's where the real stuff is going to come from. Because like
Right.
all the best skits that ENOX has made has just been from us like making jokes and be like, wait, let's extrapolate this.
Absolutely.
But I think he and I are going to do like a Currents cover. We haven't decided on the song though. So if anyone, Brittany, has a request for her, any of the new Currents shit, we want to show something off like where he can really flex vocally, like do some gnarly stuff. Cause I feel like it's always fun. Like that stuff has more viral potential, and it's always fun to just put up a nasty ass clip that makes people stink face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are pretty much out of time. We can keep going if you want. But
dude, we're down to hang, man.
I know. Usually I would cut it off early and be like, okay, I gotta go eat dinner. I gotta go spend time with my family, but I'm home alone right now. So
dude, nice. Yeah, me and JCap have been left to our own devices too. We don't have any responsibilities for the rest of the day except for I'm making him shoot me with a camera, and while I play bass. And I'm making him shoot me in Fortnite.
Well, I could go back in and watch Riverdale. I don't know. I'm slurring my words. I'm not drunk. I promise. I only had one beer, and it was a White Claw, so it doesn't really count.
I don't know, man. Those hit me. Oh, hey, we have so. I don't know if you've seen on social media Mikey's infatuation with buzzballs. You know about buzzballs?
I've seen them, but I don't know. Yeah, I've never had one.
Dude, they kind of slap. I'm not really a drinker. Like, I'll have like maybe one night every few years where I have multiple drinks and I want to get drunk. And even then, but every now and again on tour, I'll be like, hey, I need someone to DD for me. And by someone, I mean Michael, because he's the only one who drives in this band besides me. But which is fine. It's safe. Our van needs it. But I'll be like, yo, can you DD for me? And he's like, of course. And then I'll get 2 drinks in. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'll just stop.
Yeah.
2 calls and I'm feeling it. But we, when we were touring with Tala, you know, Mikey's on the Buzzball train and Tyler, their bassist, is on the White Claw train, and we combine. Hey, what do you mean? Oh, it was actually delicious.
I'm saying like, yeah, that was.
But we combined them into a wonderful concoction called the Buzz Claw. And they're actually delicious.
Or the white balls.
With the white balls.
Yeah.
So Brittany, the next time you come to visit us or we come to visit you, we need to try that. Brittany doesn't drink either. We did convince her to have some drinks around the campfire before we slept in tents out in the backyard.
Nice. So she's like, she doesn't drink like I don't drink.
Yes,
Whereas, like,
absolutely. Like you have to peer pressure and bully her into drinking, or
Mhm.
else she doesn't drink.
but it's not.
But,
But she's not like I don't drink. Yeah, like
No,
I'll
no.
definitely have a drink, but it's not my inclination to drink a lot.
And I don't think when she was out here we even really drank a lot. I think we were just hanging out and doing our thing. But we did have a couple drinks. But yeah, that sounds like a fun thing to try. But
Yeah,
those
I do
BuzzBalls are what,
recommend-
like 30% alcohol, and they're like this big or something like
They're
that.
not 30%. How much?
I'm just throwing numbers
Yeah,
out
I
there. I
think
have no idea.
There's one that was like 16. I think they're 12% or something like that. Mikey would know. He is the BuzzBall aficionado.
Just call him, get him on the phone, see what happens.
He's
No,
actually
he's busy. You did say he was busy. Yeah.
He usually answers when I call him, but he's at Busch Gardens right now. So
I want to go to
like,
Busch
off-
Gardens.
riding roller coasters or something.
Call him on the roller coaster. Hello.
The
He'll be
problem
like
is he'd probably answer and then he'd lose his phone because he has the worst luck. He's like the nicest, best guy, and just terrible things happen to him all the time.
I feel that.
He's like my negative karma magnet to like keep it all away from me.
I just saw a mouse run across the floor.
It's my best decision.
We need help.
Yeah.
Who the hell drinks V8 out of a can?
Ro, he bought those for us. I haven't tried it yet. It's probably really good, but I just haven't tried it yet. We're discussing.
Have
My
you
friend-
not?
Should I do
Dude,
like
it's low
a
sodium.
do-
Just shotgun it.
Do it right now. Shotgun it. That's it on stream. And if it's terrible, I'm
you know
not
what?
drinking it.
Actually, this is a great opportunity for me to take my hair
and you get
pills.
to watch Roy take medicine?
I suck
Oh,
at taking pills.
awesome.
When I was a kid, I had tonsillitis and it traumatized me, and I didn't eat pepperonis for like 2 years because I thought they were gonna like get stuck in my throat because they're throat color shape stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm really bad at taking pills and enjoy.
Oh,
Speaking of taking pills, I have a Brittany story for you.
Oh, I
She-
don't want to
she-
drink fucking Campbell soup. What the fuck?
Fuck, why'd you smell it?
She told us not to make this weird, so I'm just gonna keep telling stories about Brittany. But yeah, she came up for that concert, and I'm like, bro, we live an hour and a half away from the venue. Just come back to the house. You can sleep here. That way you don't have to get a hotel, and we get to hang out. You can stay as long as you want. She ended up staying 3 or 4 days. But so the first night she was here, she's like, oh, you have cats. I'm like, yeah, we do have cats. And she goes, I'm allergic to cats, but we'll see how it goes. We woke up the next morning and she was sleeping in her car. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? So I go to meet her out in the car. I'm like, are you okay? You know? And her eyes are puffy and red and pretty much swelled shut
Oh my god!
because we have this little baby kitten and she's so much bigger now, but
You just
she
have
loves,
one cat.
she loves, we've got 3.
So do we.
Two big ones and a tiny one. But she loves sleeping on your chest, and she kept curling up on Brittany's chest, and then she eventually ended up like by her head and on her face and stuff. Absolutely.
I'm
killed her.
coming over
Absolutely.
tomorrow. I'm just kidding. My car's broke.
You can fly. It'd be a lot faster.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
flew in from Atlanta, and boy, are my wings tired.
But
Arms fucked.
yeah, we ended up having to go. Ended up going to a Walgreens or Rite Aid at 10 o'clock in the morning. We had to wait because they didn't open until 10 o'clock.
Oh my god.
This poor girl, she was miserable for the whole time she was here. We sat outside the whole time. Luckily it was nice. It wasn't too hot. And we just chilled. We hung out the rest of the time, which is what we were going to do anyway, but we just did it outside instead of inside. So
Yeah.
she slept in her car another night, and then eventually we got and set the tents up, and we slept in the tents and had a good
Nice.
time.
Yeah, Brittany, don't record your solo album at ENOX HQ. You won't survive.
But yeah, there's a little Brittany story for you. Is that embarrassing for you enough there, Brittany? I don't. Can I
It's
keep
a
going?
good
I'm sure
warning,
I've got more
'cause, like,
stories.
I stay covered in cat hair
Same.
because my cat loves me. I'm the best cat dad. We
Yeah.
play fetch every day, every morning, and every night. she'll hop on my bed and climb up on my chest and lay down. I just rub her belly, and we'll do that for like 15 to 45 minutes, depending on how she's feeling.
And then we got Larry too. That was right when we got Larry. Larry's a dog, so Larry would not leave her alone either. But she's not allergic to Larry. But
What kind of dog is Larry?
we love Larry. Larry is a pit bull blue heeler mix, but
Oh wow.
he's got the features of those two dogs, like physically, but
Mhm.
his coat is black and orange and white. Like
Wow.
so, he's got eyebrows. Orange eyebrows. So he looks like a Rottweiler, but he's
That's
not.
awesome.
He just looks like one,
That's super cool.
but he's a little punk. He's getting better. We got him when he was just a little tiny baby. We actually got so I'll tell you all the animals' names here in a second, but we got Princess, which is the smallest cat, and Larry at the same time on the exact same day. So they're like best friends and they fight each other. But her full name is Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. So if you've seen Friends, and the reason for this is she's an orange and white cat, which I guess is rare for a female to be an orange cat. But we had one previously last year that my smallest boy, youngest boy, because they're all small. I'm short. Everybody's short. But anyways, random cat came up to the backyard, and I was working from home at the time. And my kids come out and they're like, Dad, Zeffy brought a cat into the house. I'm like, a cat? Like a baby cat? And they're like, yeah. And we ended up naming her Phoebe from Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So Princess Consuela Banana Hammock is the alter ego of Phoebe on the show Friends. But the reason we did that is because both the cats look exactly the same.
Awesome.
So, but we ended up losing Phoebe. She passed away.
So they weren't related? They just look the
No.
same?
No, we found this one in Missouri. We found Phoebe in Missouri, and then we moved to Michigan, and my wife was looking online for Larry and ended up coming across Princess, and she's like, I have to get this cat because it looks just like Phoebe.
Nice.
So we still accidentally call her Phoebe sometimes.
Just like fresh off the printer.
Yeah. And then we have Dolph, and he's a long hair. I don't know what cat breeds, but he's long. And he is this huge fat cat, and he's very long hair. So he's a big boy. Like when he jumps off the bed or off a counter or whatever, you hear thunk.
I love that.
So Dolph is Gandalf, Lord of the Rings.
Young Gandalf.
And then we have Toby is a short hair, and Toby is from The Office.
Nice.
And he acts just like Toby from The Office.
Oh, poor guy.
But yeah, those are my animals. We're extremely ADHD, I think. All three of us put together.
Yeah, I made a slight reference to that earlier. All of ENOX is pretty ADHD. Honestly, like I think our entire household, except for maybe my friend Benny. He used to play guitar in my band Lowwater, my old band. But yeah, he's like a proper adult man who knows how to work on his car and do electricity and stuff. Yeah, it's fucking Static Shock up in this bitch. But yeah, it's not us though. None of us are adults. We do know how to use bidets. That's another very important part of ENOX lore. Like on the road, we got air fryers, and at home, we got bidets. And it makes.
I've never used one.
Dude, you got to buy one immediately. You'll probably have to buy a new toilet seat, so that's gonna be like an extra like $25 to $50.
Yeah.
Bidet is like $30 for just a like pretty bare bones, like just cold water one. I bought the hot water one, but the fucking the washer didn't work and it would leak, so I couldn't use it. So I just only have it on cold water mode, but it's still great. You don't need the hot water.
Well, we've got 7 people in the house, and sometimes like when we have friends over, like I mean, we don't have the little kids here, but the 2 older boys had friends over last night for the campfire, and so anytime they bring friends over, like there's like 7 to 15 people in my house at one time sometimes. So that would actually save a lot of money.
Dude, it's just like, it's great. It's the way we got turned onto it is we were on the summer tour where we didn't have AC in our van, and we had just crossed the desert from Arizona to Texas. It was like a 16-hour drive. I drove the entire thing just like straight, except for us stopping at gas stations to get ice to rub on our bodies. It was like 100 degrees. We had to keep the windows up because if you rolled them down, it felt like you're getting blasted by an oven.
Yeah.
It was over 100 degrees. I think it was 104 degrees. It was insane. I honestly, like, if our van had broken down, we could have just died. Like, it was scary. But we drove
the Inferno.
That's why I drove the entire 16 hours, because I could see the outcome if we didn't make it happen. Yeah, so after that we pull up in some city in Texas at some point after that drive, and we stay with one of Mike's. Yes. We stay with one of Michael's friends, and he was so sick. Like, he's the coolest guy ever, but in the morning we wake up and he's like, all right, guys, there's only 2 rules in this house. You got to make yourselves a home, and you got to use the bidet. And then, like, just one by one, as we went to use the bathroom, we kept using the bidet. But, like, I think who used it first? Whoever used it, Mike used it first, but he just came out and was like, you guys got to do this. And we just like fucking lined up at the bathroom, single file, basically. And
you're knocking on the door. J-Cap, you've been in there for 20 minutes. What are you doing, bro?
Dude, it'll change your life. You will be like, wow, how did I walk around in filth for my entire life?
Yeah. I mean, they're so popular in Europe.
Yeah,
like,
they figured it out, man. They have healthcare and clean assholes.
Speaking of healthcare, so we went tubing this weekend. Another ADD rabbit hole. We went tubing this weekend. It was my first time going. It was on Saturday.
Wow, nice.
And so we're going down this river, and there's a certain point where there's a rope swing. So you kind of push everybody off to the side and grab onto a branch or something, and then you take turns jumping off the rope swing or whatever. Well, I didn't wait. I just immediately went. I was the first one to jump off, and I have like a bruise, not a cut. I don't know what to call it. It's like a bruise that goes all the way across my stomach from the rope swing. But anyways, my buddy gets on there, and he's climbing the rocks to get to the rope swing, and he cut his toe open. And so we still had another like hour and a half on the river. So we wrapped his foot up as tight as we could go, threw him a bunch of beer, and he's just like this. We thought he was going to die. It was terrible, but it was a pretty deep cut. He ended up getting 5 stitches. But the reason I brought up healthcare is because he's Canadian. We're that close to Canada. We're only hour and a half to Canada where we live. 2 hours max.
Wow. So can you just skip up across the border and go like get your body taken care of?
He can't. I mean, he probably could have.
Can you, just in theory, like if you were to just be like, yo, what's up, Mr. Canada doctor? I want to come say hello to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As long as you're in the country, you get taken care of for free. It doesn't matter. But I'd have to get a passport and jump.
I'm calling up the Northern right now.
Cross the bridge. But yeah, absolutely. As far as I know, I've never been there. I don't have my passport, but he has traveler's insurance for when he comes to the States because his boyfriend's out here. So he's out here every single weekend. So he made sure to get that traveler's insurance through his work. Well, he ended up calling his boss, and he's like, this is what's going on. And, I'm going to be gimpy for a few days. And she's like, don't worry, you're totally fine. You know how Canadians are. They're super nice. They were FaceTiming. She looks at him. She goes, you know what? You have a good weekend. When the bill comes, just send it to me and the company will pay for it.
Damn.
She's like, we'll put it on our credit card. I was like, holy crap. Maybe I should live in Canada.
You're so close, dude. Passports aren't expensive.
Yeah,
Canada is really nice.
$60, I think, $60 or $70 per person for passport. But
it's not bad.
But yeah, I mean, we've got friends all over Canada, so like, it'd be kind of cool just to hop over and
it's like you already bit the bullet and like went somewhere with the shitty winter. So it's like,
listen, I actually grew up here. I grew up 45 minutes south of where we moved.
Oh, nice.
So But yeah, so we're
You're
used to the
used to
winter.
it.
When we lived in Missouri, it was hell because it was hot all the time. The summers, it
Yeah.
got up to like 100 degrees. I'm like, this is for the birds. I hate
Missouri
this.
is rough. Missouri
Yeah.
is not one of my favorite states.
But it's beautiful.
Respectfully.
It's a beautiful state.
Every
you
state
know,
is beautiful, I gotta say. Like they all have their own appeal and charms.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think my favorite state that I've been to so far has been Colorado with the mountains.
Colorado is so nice. You
Yeah.
know where's really, really nice also? I think it gets overlooked a lot is Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Utah. So I have a friend that lives. He doesn't live in Salt Lake. He lives out in the middle of nowhere, outside of Salt Lake. But he posts pictures. I didn't realize how much it snowed in Salt Lake, in Utah in general, because it's got a desert. Part of it's got a desert landscape, and it snows with the desert, and it just blew my mind.
Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
he goes to that. What's that real famous place that people go four-wheeling and dirt biking and stuff in Utah? I forget what it's called.
The Mormon Tabernacle. No, I don't know.
I forget what it's called. But my brother-in-law goes out there every year, and it's super beautiful.
It's so beautiful out in that part of the world. It's so crazy when you drive down or like you drive through the pass into Salt Lake, and then you get into Salt Lake, and if it's clear out, you could just see you're surrounded by mountains. It's so surreal. Lake Tahoe is really beautiful, even though it did us super dirty. It killed our van, but California is really sick. Honestly,
Fun
I've been
fact,
having.
I was actually born in Southern California.
Oh man, you were right there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been having a great time every time we've been in Texas recently. It's been a very chill vibe. Except for that one time when like there was a kind of like almost like a drive-by shooting outside of the venue. That was not chill. This man like brought out the musket.
Man,
That was so fucking scary.
Dude,
Like,
I need to hear that whole story.
It was so disproportionately scary to how non-threatening the situation apparently was, because we hid in the van.
it's just like it sucks because so we were loading out our gear, and then someone comes up to me and was like, "There's a dude with a gun trying to shoot someone." I was like, "Okay," and I went to the van. I called the people who were in the venue, and I was like, "Stay inside, just chill. They're not related to us. Just you don't want to catch a stray." And then
Right.
I went to the van to hunker down, and JCap was in there, so we just laid down in the bunks and tried to like keep an eye on what was going on. And this dude like had like a fucking like a hunting rifle or something.
Fired off pretty quick, all things considered.
Yeah.
Apparently shot. Yeah, it was interesting. But
Well,
then,
yeah, all of ENOX was like pretty reasonably like worried about it. Weeping when we were just like chilling outside, like fuck it.
No, I mean, not by choice. They fucking locked themselves out of their van.
No, yeah, but they could have gone to the venue.
The door was locked, I think, at that point. I think it was like you ever had an active shooter drill in school?
Nope.
What a fucking world.
I'm from.
We're not all babies like you.
I lived in the country, and people could just like bring their rifles and the gun racks in the back of their truck.
Yeah, same. Yeah, anytime anybody was like, "Oh, there's a gun," it's like, where?
Hell yeah, what kind, brother?
Yeah, they would break, like they would go to opening day in the morning and then come to school with their guns and their gear and then
fucking buck in the back of their truck.
So
yeah,
probably like get that taken care of before it rots. Like, what are you doing?
The other day, we got a little bit of a northern attitude, especially like me and Mike. I feel like sometimes,
Mikey.
Yeah, no, but like I don't know. Sometimes me and Mike are always like in sync with it, because the other day I guess like someone must have bought like a rifle, or someone like moved like within 2 miles that like shoots outside for fun because we're in the woods a bit, and we just hear like nothing but like at that rhythm where you're like, maybe I should be concerned, and I just me and Mike are tracking guitars, and I just open I crack the door of the studio and just go. And then I turn back and he's already looking at me and like looking at the door, and we just start cracking up because we're like, sorry, we're from up north. You hear that noise, you're like, maybe I should be concerned.
Maybe somebody's hunting.
Recently, the other day, I think we were in the studio and Mike thought he heard some shots outside, but it was actually the neighborhood children. Oh, it was you. Oh yeah, JCap called me. He was like, dude, I think there's people shooting outside. I was like, yeah, dude, these kids are shooting each other with Roman candles.
Which is like arguably more dangerous for everyone involved. I'm just like, oh, sick.
I want to go.
I was outside in the car with my girlfriend. We just got back from the grocery store, and we just hear, "Pah, pah, pah," and then we hear more, and then it was kind of like sporadic. And I just go, "Hey, you want to go inside?" She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, me and Ryan were driving around playing Pokemon Go, and we just saw this like little 8-year-old just like bah, 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 with the fucking Roman candle, and I was like, "You are going hard."
Yeah. It's funny because the city we lived in, Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, there's a lot of shootings and stuff out there. So anytime you hear pop, pop,
That is
pop,
funny.
it's a gun,
Mhm.
But now that we live out in the middle of the nowhere, my kids, they lived in Michigan, but we've always like lived in town somewhere. So now we're out in the middle of nowhere. There's a Dollar General down the road, and then there's schools down the road, and that's the whole town. So they hear gunshots, and they were kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm like, bro, it's just target practice. And then you hear boom, and they're like, something just exploded. I'm like, no, they're just shooting tannerite. It's fine. Like, you're fine. So they're getting used to it.
I'd be fucking freaking out.
Yeah, it's a whole different world, man. Like, yeah, I grew up in the country. I didn't really take to that lifestyle so much, though. Like, I don't think you could probably hear it in my accent, or for example. But yeah, there's like people live a whole fucking different life out there.
They do, and I'm here for it because I mean,
Oh yeah, I support it. I
people,
just don't want to do it. I want to be safe.
yeah, I mean, but it's fun at
live
the same
forever.
time. Like I worked for this landscaping company, and they had a spot in the back where it's just a bunch of old junk cars, and the boss comes out with 2 rifles on his shoulder one day, and he's just doing this thing or whatever, and he just throws me a gun, and I catch it, and I'm like, what is going on? And he's like, just shoot the car. Boom, boom, boom. So shooting the car. I'm like, that was awesome. He's
Dude,
like, yeah.
he's training you. You guys are about to hit a lick next week.
Well, this was years ago. But yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon for somebody in our area to have 10 or 15 guns in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't break into our house. I don't have guns, maybe, but but no, it's a it's a country thing. People
sure.
down on rednecks, but I could go to my neighbor's house and be like, listen, this just happened. He'd be ready to go.
Oh yeah.
No, so
for the most part, my experience is really good-hearted people. Yeah,
Yep.
we can't go to our neighbor's house. He wouldn't help us. But yeah, it's funny. Like I never really took to a lot of the traditional country things. I didn't even shoot a lot of guns when I was growing up, but I'm a really good shot for no reason.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you have to be a natural at it. It's sometimes.
I just just got that redneck in me. Pause.
Like, I don't own a truck, boots, or my son did just buy a cowboy hat at the fair. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun lifestyle. I mean, the 2-track and the 4-wheel and the dirt bike in.
Dude, I was just thinking that I used to drive. Like, we have a video that's going to be coming out in the future. We're not necessarily sure when all of that stuff. It's a whole other like collection of songs that to be released at a later date that we've already completed. But we did a video for one of the songs at my parents' house, like out in Oglethorpe County, Georgia. Just like giant like cow farm. Like there aren't cows in the video. It's not like that Kanye video with Zach Galifianakis or anything. But yeah, it's just that you'll see the area where I grew up in when that video comes out. And yeah, I used to just spend all of my days riding 4-wheelers and dirt bikes around there and playing with cows, and it was fun.
That's funny. That reminds me of somebody when we lived in Missouri. Actually, it was when we lived in, it was in Missouri. We were talking about living out in the country or having friends that lived out in the country and how many cows were there. And we talked about how big the deer were because they eat the corn and blah, blah, blah. And this dude literally looked at me. He's like, have you ever been cow tipping? I'm like, bro, cows don't usually sleep standing up like everybody says. They usually sleep on the floor, on the ground.
They always sleep on the ground.
Yeah. I've never seen a cow sleeping standing up. I'm sure it's happened, but like,
nah, that dude would they would fall over. They tip themselves if they do that.
Yeah.
Cows are smart. They act like they're not, but they got a little bit going on up here. I really
They really are. I worked on a dairy farm one time, and we had to carry our whips around, or cattle. I don't remember what it's called. It's not an actual whip like you see in Indiana Jones. It just has a tail on the end, and you just crack it. You don't
I
hit
know what
the
you're
cows
talking
with
about.
it.
Like it's like the this is never mind.
It's got a name, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah,
But we never
know,
hit the cows with it
that
or
whippy
anything
shit.
like that. But there was this one time this mama just got reintroduced into the pack, not pack. I don't know what, the herd or whatever. And this was her first time milking, and she was so aggressive. And I didn't know she was behind me. I thought I had gotten all of the cows and started walking them towards the milkers and stuff. Well, she was behind me, and all of a sudden I just hear clunk, 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 and I turn around and I whipped that thing around, and it loudest snap I ever did in my life. And she just stopped in her tracks, like she slid, and she just looked at me. I'm like, bro, come on. And she eventually came to and joined the pack. But like they're so aggressive when they're more aggressive than people think when they're not comfortable.
Yeah.
The reason I was telling
big.
that story is because like there'll be times, if you don't chain the gates, there'll be times where they will use their tongues and open the gates and get out.
That's cracked. So we at my parents' farm, they have cattle gaps, like those like
Yep.
dividers where the cows are not supposed to be able to get over them. They're supposed to it's kind of fucked up in theory because it's supposed to break their legs. So like in theory, they're smart enough to where they just never try it. But the problem is they're so smart that they just fucking like walk over a couple of them and then jump over that bitch. Yeah. And they'll just hop out into the street and go and, do cow activities. And that was a staple of my childhood with my mom, like rounding me up at random hours of the day or night and be like, cows got out. I'm just like, fuck.
Yep. There was one time a calf got out because, well, all the babies, they all have their own little huts. You have to keep them separated because they don't pass the diseases and stuff like that until they get their shots or whatever. And this calf got out, and me and this girl were chasing this calf around the field for I swear to God, 30 minutes. And when you may understand when you approach a cow, you have to be bigger than what you are. So you do this, and then you yell, hey, or you be loud and you try to be as big as possible. Well, they think you're big, even though I'm 5'5". But it didn't work with this calf. He's just running around in circles, and it was crazy.
That's my favorite, when they aren't afraid of you, because all of our cows are fucking scaredy cats, except for the
one. He was pulling up on us.
All right, there is one cow that's trying to pull up on us, but all the cows though, they love my mom. If she ever drives out into the field with in any vehicle, just swarm of cows just follow her.
Yeah,
she's like a Disney princess.
So
what do a bodybuilder and a farmer have in common?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on, man. They both grow calves.
I
thought of that on the spot, so it kind of sucked.
Oh, it was good.
It was more of a son joke, dad joke.
Son joke. You're not allowed to tell dad jokes until you hit 30.
Yeah. He's grounded until he's got to get some better grades on his next report card before he can tell dad jokes. This microphone arm is fucking done, dude.
Let go of it, see what happens.
Yeah, you weren't holding it before, now you have to.
Yeah. Rip. Oh well, I'll buy a better one next time. Fuck.
All right, dudes. I think we better wrap it up. We're like an hour and a half plus in. So
hell yeah. Well,
yeah, let's do some self promotion like we always do. You've got Fallout releasing July 14th, not 15th.
That's right. This Friday. Friday. So, if you guys want to pre-save it, that's sick. But at the very least, just go check it out the day it comes out, save it, add it to your playlists, share it with your friends, post it on Facebook, post it on Reddit, post it on Twitter, posted on.
Reds.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to think of. Fucking reptilian Twitter. Yeah, post tag us in your stories on Instagram, send us DMs and tell us that we are ripping
pretty.
off Lorna Shore. It sounds nothing like Lorna Shore though, but that's like people say that all the time. Like there's so many comments on our mortar shell video, not on YouTube, but on Facebook. Facebook is it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. But it's just they're all like Lorna Shore already did it. It's like, oh fuck, dude. They are
Oh, I forgot.
they invented breakdowns. I don't think it necessarily sounds the same, but Mike does growly things and people don't know what's going on.
I like Mike's growly things. That's really awesome.
I'm a big fan of them. I think he's really talented at it.
He is very talented.
Rest in peace, Dickie Allen. He's died from lack of recognition.
Facts. That's just he's so good. But
he's good too. Do we have any shows coming up?
We do. We're actually about to go on tour with Bro Job and Inferius, and it's going to be an East Coast run. We're starting in Atlanta, and we are going all the way up to New York, and then we have one show or a show in Baltimore and a couple in Pennsylvania, just all throughout the run. We've got to post it on all our social medias. You can find it on our link tree on our website, enoxband.com, where you can get the freshest threads that are related to Enox. Also, I think Brittany might have already pre-ordered it, but we have a pre-order going on for a shirt design for a Final Fantasy rip that I did for Square Enox.
I'm sure she did pre-order it because it's Final Fantasy related.
Yeah, so we're gonna be ordering those and shipping those out at the end of the month. We miss you too, Brittany. Are you coming to any of the shows? Can you make the Atlanta show on the 18th? Brittany? We'll find out in the chat.
She was driving and stuff, but next time we get together, I might as well just add her to the whole interview because at this point, these aren't interviews. We're just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, they're it's more like podcasts.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I know Brittany didn't answer yet, but thank you, Brittany, for being part of the show tonight.
Okay.
As always. She doesn't hop on very often, but she does tell me every time she watches a video, and then I fangirl a little bit because I don't think anybody watches these, but apparently people do. So
yeah, no, you guys have been growing. You're doing good work.
Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. There was a time there, but I pretty much wanted to give up because the algorithm was terrible and nobody was seeing anything, and I couldn't come up with any content, and I was in a bad place mentally. And then, I hired.
Are you us?
I can't say hired. I added because I don't pay anybody to do anything. I've got a bunch of volunteers that help out. But Andy and Gabe, they have been a huge help. Shout out to Andrew Caleri from Devoured Designs. He does amazing work. That's our little best friend group that we have going on. But then we have we just actually added a UK contact. His name is Dan Marley, and I still need to send him over my design stuff so he can get his shirts made. But he's going to be doing interviews and
hell yeah, that's awesome.
Sending us bands from the UK, and
you guys should get Vexed. Do you know that band? Cool. Yeah, they're
Vexed. Yeah, they're pretty cool. These bands from the UK have been blowing up the page, and it's been cool because I didn't realize how big the following we had was in the UK. Our Australian following is also extremely large as well.
Dude, Australia's been going crazy for us recently. It's our top 3 cities on Spotify right now are in Australia.
Are they? I mean, shout out to Patient 67 because they were the ones that really introduced us into the Australian market, and from the street team and everything.
Yeah, they've
Patient 67. People just migrated over to us, and we've got a large following from that. And I'm very thankful for those. Yeah,
they've built an incredible community over there. They're good dudes.
For sure.
One day we're finally going to get that ENOX P67 collab song that we've been vaguely talking about in the DMs. and never making any actual headway on because we're always busy, both of us.
Right. But hey guys, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna cut us off.
Dude.
I'm getting kind of tired and I need to go eat dinner.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much for having us. It's been fun. We appreciate you.
For sure. We appreciate you guys. I can't wait. I'll message you on Friday, let you know what I think of the song. I'll probably tell you it sucks or something just for fun, but it's not
Good.
going.
You should. You should be like, maybe you guys should play a second note.
It's all open.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh my god, we could remake the Pantera meme for this song.
Oh.
Yo, let's go. Oh my god, we're gonna make so many boomers mad. Do you know?
No, we have to use Raining Blood.
Fuck. Well, actually, that's good because I like to make fun of Slayer way more than Pantera.
Yeah, because at least like Pantera.
But I think Pantera is more polarizing. We'll just make it with both. You know,
Have you
everyone
met
can
a
get it.
Slayer fan before?
Yeah.
Do you guys like impressions? Have you ever met the
Impressions?
average Slayer fan?
I haven't.
Oh my god, it's dying.
Yo, even
if I'm 100% completely honest with you guys, I only listen to local underground music. I may throw on some Bad Omens or Bring Me the Horizon or Dirty Heads or something like that. But my playlist, like when I create a playlist for Ghost Media, that's all I listen to, day in and day out.
Hey,
until I get urged to listen to something else.
have you heard of a band called Frostbit?
oh,
I haven't.
They're
fucking up.
the best band in metal right now. They have like a criminally low listener count to how talented they are. If anybody's inventing new noises, it's them. They do
They got
everything.
two T's.
Yeah.
Two T's at the end. Okay.
Yeah. Let's
I
check
just-
out that album, dude. They deserve so much more of a
They
spotlight.
just-
And
they
we
just
have a
released a
collab
new
song
single?
coming out with them sometime probably next year.
Nice. Yeah, we've been jamming a lot of let me go back here. I know I keep trying to cut us off, but we keep bringing up new topics. Face Yourself.
Oh yeah, that's the homies.
I absolutely love Yaya's voice and everything that the whole band is doing.
Yeah.
Um,
Eric, their drummer, he did the Inferno video and he did the Fallout video.
What is it? One Up Studios?
Square Up.
Square Up Studios. I knew the word up was in there.
Yeah. So we did Blame Shift with him. We did Fade with him. We did Convulsions with him. Yeah, we did Convulsions twice with him because the first one ended up like we swapped drummers and like we just wanted to go for a different vibe for the video. We did
Is
like
he the one that's in Levitated as well?
no, that's Corey.
One of them has Corey. Okay.
Yeah, that's our other homie. We're homies with all of that band. There's like you might see something cool involving us at some point in the future. But they're great. We love those dudes and gals.
Well, they just kind of came out of nowhere. When I started to promote them, they only had so their self-titled EP came out in March, April, May, June. We're just getting into July,
yeah.
and they're already at 70,000 monthly listener. When I started promoting them, they were only at 50,000, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they are blowing up, and I absolutely love everything they
they're
got.
crushing it right now. They're doing what we can only dream of.
Diamonds to Dust too. So Christian was actually
yeah. We love those dudes.
The vocalist. Well, he auditioned and he was like top pick for Face Yourself, and then he ended up recommending Yaya. I saw an interview he did with a local band Smokeout, which we actually have coming up on the 20th. We're being interviewed by them.
Oh,
On the
nice.
20th.
Tell them we said what up.
I will. But yeah, those two bands, and then the band Null, Null.
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
just interviewed.
Those are our homies. They were on our last Jersey show, right? Yeah.
Those guys are killer as well.
Yeah,
we love those.
They're sick as fuck. That was a really good show. Yeah.
I probably don't have any in here that you don't know.
That was our second to last Jersey show. Yeah. No, Noel was on. Yeah, Noel was on that. They're great. They killed it.
Yeah, they're so down to earth. They're such
Fucking
cool dudes.
dude plays guitar and sings like so independently of each other. It blows my mind.
Absolutely. I love how they kind of mix the genres and everything. Just the way they explained it was, they just kind of do what they feel the vibe is, and they just do it.
Yeah,
They
great.
have a lot of the I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah, but they're definitely
yeah,
worth
they were
listening
awesome.
to for anybody who doesn't know about them.
For sure.
Yeah, there's so
We
many good
beat
bands
them
doing
like
cool shit right
last
now.
week or 2 weeks ago or something. So
Trying to think of what else I've been listening to, but honestly, all I've been listening to is RXK Nephew, that rapper that is my favorite current rapper. And if anyone goes and checks him out, it's going to inform your opinion of me. I can't even explain it, but yeah, I'm just like, actually, I've been listening to a lot of Mood Ring recently.
I don't know who that is.
They're like
I'll have to look.
spherical earth Deftones.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like kind of a meme, but Stephen Carpenter started talking about flat Earth over the pandemic because he started getting too high. Yeah, dude, why? Oh my God, I'm so funny, and you just have not been appreciating it. I've been making the spherical Earth Deftones joke for like 4 days now.
I think I actually saw that.
Yeah, I
Well, you
posted about
posted
it.
something about it. Yeah.
I'm actually working on a cover of their song right now. JCap was shooting it in my bed. Pause. I was sitting on my bed playing the bass. I did 2 takes, and then we hopped on and got Zoom sorted, and then we're about to go back and finish this cover.
For sure. But all right, guys, I'll let you go before we continue more conversations.
Dude,
because
hell yeah.
But
Dustin, it's a pleasure. You have a good night.
always,
We'll
you too.
catch you later. Let us know what you think of Fallout.
I will. We'll talk to you soon.